What the hell? It sounds like we're in the Caribbean.
I know, right? There you go. There you go. As I said, that play in the stadiums right there.
Hey, man, we are live,
something?
ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you couldn't hear it? No? Too bad.
Nah,
nope.
It's all right. Let's roll, baby.
Let's roll with it. Hell, I don't know what's going on. Always technical difficulties of Talking NFC Beast live. We are in week 9, ladies and gentlemen. Just bear with us for a minute. As you can see, my co-host, Trevis, over there punching, doing his shadow boxing as he does every week after a victory because he's so damn excited, can't contain himself. And my co-host, Jermaine Suge Avery over there. How you fellas feeling this evening?
Lovely. Can't complain.
Can't complain.
Beautiful. Bring them on. Bring them
Absolutely. And as usual, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that like button when you come on to the page and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. This is where you come to hear all things NFC East. That is our central focus on this podcast. Now, having said that, let's get into it. We won't start out with the game of the week. We'll slow walk it a little bit and go to the easy one, the low-hanging fruit.
Thank you.
Eagles. Yeah, I know, man. I'm gonna let you ease into it, man. That's enough. We don't need the whole damn song.
Get 'em high and watch our eagles fly. Fly, fly on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Oh my goodness. That's anybody right now.
When are you going to
want to say
how corny that day?
I thought the Eagles would be 7-1 right now in the NFC East. Anybody? Let me hear you. I'll take it off for you.
Absolutely not.
Now, right now, let's get this understanding. Am I happy that we beat the San Francisco 49ers? No, I'm not happy that we beat the San Francisco 49ers. But guess what? A notch under the belt is a notch under the belt. It went down. It happened. Right now, there are only 3 teams in the NFL that can practically say that they demolished the San Francisco 49ers as the losing team that they are. And guess what? 2 teams in the NFC East can say that. And that is the Dallas Cowgirls and the Philadelphia Eagles. Because that butt whooping was exactly what they ordered. They put it on the menu. That was it. I don't even have anything else to say.
Hey, good. Because allow me to interject, my good brother.
Tell him why
and just put it out there. While that score turned out to be similar to the ass whooping the Cowboys put on them, the game didn't quite look the same. Not at all.
No, it didn't quite look the same. I think it was a rain game. That game kind of put together pretty bad, and we played pretty bad. I mean, I think a lot of the players really didn't even want to be there. They were like sitting there like, oh, man.
Is that what
Let's just get this game over with.
The first thing you said was an excuse. The second thing was a reason. The rain is an excuse. That's an excuse.
Yo, I'm not trying to hear anything. Yo, wait, whoa. First and foremost, I believe this is my time. This is my time.
Oh, you gave it up though. You said,
I'm gonna come back.
All I have left to say.
No. That was a fucking joke. That was a joke. Okay. Push come to shove. Push come to shove. You're not gonna come
say he wanted.
You're not gonna come out.
No, get back into it.
First and foremost,
no,
the
you were
Deadskin
done.
fan not gonna come out of nowhere and talk a smack bitch. Hold up. No, I'm not done. Now,
you were done. You said I'm finished.
Not gonna come out of nowhere. No, the Deadskin fan not gonna come out of nowhere. Start talking about some, oh, like, yeah, they really did this, they really did that.
Why not?
The same person who
gave it up.
They took y'all down to the fourth quarter, the last couple of seconds. Training for life with them.
That's when they were
training for life,
having delusions of grandeur that they could actually be a good football team, not just a beaten team.
And when push comes to shove, we can. And push comes to shove, regardless, we can a size that ass. Like there's nothing else you can do about it.
Not to mention, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. And not to mention, they brought in a different quarterback halfway through the game that nobody 33. Had planned for in our game.
Right.
What's y'all excuse?
33.
What's 33. Y'all excuse? It was raining.
33.
It was raining.
What was
33-10?
It was raining. That's your excuse.
33-10.
We all know they were digging in y'all ass for real.
Carson, they tried in the beginning. I think we came out with some new plays. No, we came out with some new plays that, we ended up getting a lot of penalties on because we weren't lined up correctly. Those were new plays that, Peterson was trying out. He was trying out those plays, and I pointed it out early. I said, what are these plays? There were plays that they were trying out, and I was like, where is this play coming from? Like, where are these? They got a lot of penalties early on that. It was like, oh, you're not lined up correctly. Take them back. And those were plays that he was trying out. Because when you look at it, Ertz only had one pass in the back of the end zone. There was no more passes to Ertz. Like, that was our normal offense. Ertz gets the ball.
Lord,
beyond that, there was no more to Ertz.
You got more excuses than a hooker in church.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go with the bullshit. All right.
You got more.
You just made him drop his ball. You just made him drop his ball.
Here we go with the bullshit. Like when you hear the extended bullshit comes out of people's mouths, like, oh God.
What had happened was we had been trying out new plays, right? See what had happened.
We were.
I wouldn't even trip, Treves.
Yeah. Look, man. This is what I'm gonna say about that game.
Listen to me, fans. They are coming at my neck because I said it while it was going on. I said, damn, we trying out new plays because I've never seen these formations. True fans understand their team's formations and what they're doing. They were running the wrong damn plays. I was like, yo, what are these plays?
Oh Lord. Yeah.
Lord got you.
May I now?
Yeah, can we talk now, Trevis?
This is what I say about that game, about the 49ers-Eagles game. The Eagles took care of business. Yes, they did. They won the game decisively. The score wasn't indicative of how that game really went because San Fran defense was playing pretty well. The San Fran was in the game because of their defense. They only existed on the field because of the defense. And
exactly.
They gave Wentz some trouble in the beginning, but Wentz did get into a rhythm and he ended up playing pretty well. Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. I'm not hating on that. But you change a few aspects of that game, and that score is a lot different.
Exactly. They were getting that ass.
I'm not dissing the Eagles. But I'm also not riding their slong like you.
Okay, listen to me. There's plenty of games. There are plenty of games. Plenty of games where if you change certain aspects to the games change.
Hold on. We ain't interrupted you. We let you go on with a crazy rant. We let you get all close to the camera. All crazy with it. We let you
you made my camera fall, yo. When you put your face that close to my camera fall.
We let you do it. On
damn TV, my shit won't fall, man.
I understand what you're saying in the respect that if you change a few aspects of most games, it could change the score. All I'm saying is
don't do that, Trevis. You're being disrespectful now. Turn that shit off.
All I'm saying is that the Eagles are a good team, but they beat up on a team that's playing very poorly on offense right now and cannot move the ball. Hence the reason
nobody wanted to play that
quarterback. Hold on. Hence is the reason they went and got another quarterback, because they know what they have there is not going to work. They had to do it. They had to go get Garoppolo. So what I'm saying.
But did you see the report? Did you see the report? The report states that Garoppolo, whatever the fuck that dude's name is, he's not going to play until next year. The report says that.
It's not next year.
He's not playing until next year.
He's not playing this week. That's what they said.
Makes no sense, Travis, whatsoever.
Why get your quarterback to just stay for her?
Huh?
If you want to take,
They want the number 1 pick in the draft. They're gonna make sure you play next year.
Okay. Hey man.
No need. You already took 8 L's. Like there's no need.
Y'all got the dub, man. I know you happy.
I'm
glad y'all got the dub.
I mean, I'm just happy that it's stacks on racks on racks on racks. Like beyond all that, I don't care about the fact that they beat San Fran. That wasn't a team. They have a great defensive line. They have a good defensive line, but that wasn't a great team.
I put it to you like this: if you're celebrating the fact that you beat that team that's struggling like that, or I won't even say that. If you're celebrating the fact that you're proud of how the Eagles play that game against a sorry team, you got some strong games coming for you, brother.
Never said that.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Never said that.
I'm going off of what you're saying and how you're reacting every time somebody comes.
Oh, you're talking to the fans. Oh, I react like that. I react like that every week.
Hold on. See, here we go. Every time somebody come at you about something your team doesn't do right, you get animated, you get in the screen, you get all loud about it. And what I'm saying to you is, if you're reacting like that off of how your team performed against San Fran, you got some rough games coming. It's not gonna get easier. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't know how it's going to turn out for them. I just know that you shouldn't be trying to piggyback off what Dallas did and say y'all did the same thing, because it didn't look the same. That's what my argument was.
Because it wasn't the same.
Regardless, listen. I'll tell you this. Can I talk? Finally? Thank you. Exactly what you said. And it's this. All I'm saying is this. You are what you say you are and what your record are, right? No matter what, nobody's going to look at what happened in the game. They're going to look at what the score was when they look past it. So the score was 33-10. So when it goes and we look next year, we're not going to sit here and talk about or debate what actually happened in the game. We're going to say, yo, it was 33-10.
But Trevis,
regardless of how you want to put it, it was 33-10.
Not next year. And for you to try and sell that game in the moment as if y'all just ran all up and down the field on them, that's being intellectually dishonest.
In the first half, no, we did not. In the second half, we pretty much did a great job of everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's leave it at that. Too much time spent.
I ain't got nothing else to say about the damn Eagles. I'm good.
Too much time spent on some damn Eagles Niners. I didn't even spend that much time.
Time to talk about that. Time to talk about that ass whipping, man.
Sheesh. Yeah, I'm gonna let you kick it off, man. Get into it.
Yeah, kick that off. Kick that off.
And you won't hear one excuse. You won't hear one excuse coming from me like we.
You want some church music? You want some church music? You want some church music?
Hey, I'm good. I'm good, homie. Please believe me.
Oh man.
I will say this. I knew it was on. Like, I'm gonna use one of Trevis's example. We played in levels. First it was bad, then it got kind of bad, then it got damn terribly bad.
Yeah.
I knew it was bad after the first play of the game. The first series on both from both teams. When Zeke fumbled the ball, right? I said, okay, that's uncommon. That doesn't happen a whole lot. But okay,
except against the damn Redskins, is the only team he fumbles against. What's that about?
So I don't know. So he fumbled the ball, and the Redskins get the ball in great position. But what did they do? A field goal.
Nada. Field goal.
I knew it was bad. At that point, I looked over at my wife. I said, "That's not good." That's not good. Not against a team that has a high-powered offense or a very good, solid offense that can move the ball down the field. If to score like that, you score. When they didn't do that, I knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
And it got even worse as the second quarter went on. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad because Cousins was doing what he could do to get the ball out. He actually got Crowder involved in the first half. Crowder had 3 catches for like 70 yards in the first half, which is awesome because that's not something that had been happening throughout the season so far.
Right.
Thus far. But they started turning the ball over. I mean, what really hurt us, the block punt hurt really bad. But what hurt even worse is Scandrick almost ran it back.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And then the next possession by the Redskins, Chris Thompson fumbles the ball on the kickoff.
That was a good hit, though. Like, sometimes that shit happens. Yeah.
It was a great hit. I had no excuses on that. But when you have 2 major turnovers like that back-to-back,
right.
At that point, then the way they closed out the second quarter, they haven't been doing well, as we spoke to last week. They haven't been doing well with that all season. When I saw that, I knew it was it. I knew it was done at that point.
Yeah.
At that point.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, you're right. They need some help. They need
this guy. Well, if Maine won't do it, I'll do it for him. Dallas was supposed to win that damn game, and the score probably should have been even worse, man. That team.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Somebody got to take the drop controls away from this guy. It's like he just found a new time. Ooh, what's this one here? Let me click on this one.
It's perfect. It's perfect for all y'all whining that y'all got going on.
Yeah, I don't hear anyone whining, but yeah. If I can continue, Trevis, unless you're going to hit another drop, just let me know. This guy. Like a little ass kid, man. Man, the Redskins beat the hell up, man. I mean,
they are beat the hell up.
You can call it an excuse, a reason, whatever the hell you want to call it. If Dallas didn't win that game, I would have pulled a Dumas this week and not shown up. You know.
I see.
It's as simple as that, man. Like, for real, you know. Even what did we say going to the game? Man, the receivers haven't done jack for Washington yet. It's all about them tight ends, them tight ends and Chris Thompson. And what happened first series? Jordan Reed put up with a hammy. And it was like, I'm looking at it, man. It was like, wow, I didn't even feel good about them. Like, yo, they already was going to struggle with this game. And now this dude go out. Can it get any easier? Like, this should be pure domination at this point. And they sure as hell turned Jamison Crowder loose. So I was extremely disappointed in that. Like, this dude hasn't done anything all season. And he's having a damn near one of his career games right now. But that's what we do, man. That's my biggest issue with Dallas right now is that defense and especially the secondary. But
I mean, sorry to interrupt. It was kind of amazing. It was kind of amazing to me that the offense was actually able to do anything with 4 new offensive linemen.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, that's amazing.
Right.
I mean, they had Sheriff was out, Long was out, Trent Williams. I mean, I think Morgan Moses may have played some, but if he did, it won't much.
Right. So what it was, I give Gruden and Kavanaugh credit because they knew that and they saw that, and they made everything quick. Like everything they did, like they basically didn't give the pass rush a chance to get there. He rarely did any 5 or 7 step drops. Everything was coming out quick. And I was getting pissed because it's like, our DBs should know that. They see everything's quick. Why are we still playing 7-8 yards off the ball the Marinelli way and just letting them, you know, get into a bit of a rhythm? Like, they made things a lot harder than it had to be. David Irving and DeMarcus Lawrence should have had damn near 5 sacks apiece, man. Like, it should have been that kind of night. you know.
But see, and then on top of that, when he did do a 7-step drop, guess what he did?
Yeah.
Cousin fumbled the ball. When I saw that, I was just like, "Yo, those are self-inflicted wounds."
Right.
You're administering self-inflicted wounds on a team that's already wounded.
Yeah.
From that, man.
Right.
Like, well, you know, when I saw that first drive by the Redskins and they only got a field goal out of it, I was like, this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good.
Yeah.
There was no push from the offensive line. There was no movement at the line of scrimmage. It just was no production.
Right. Yeah, I was getting frustrated because even through all of that, it was still a game. It was still a game until that damn block field goal. And that's what changed it all. And I almost forgot to just mention that. That leads me to, hold up, let me see here. I got to give one Trevis Willingham a little bit of props. I hope y'all can hear. I'm surprised y'all weren't able to hear the intro.
Man.
Come on, man.
I know what you about to play.
No, I'm not going to play a clip. I got something else for you. I could have brought up the clip, but I got something else for you. Something else. No, let's do it. Because this is what we brought up. Remember, we talked about the operation.
Yeah,
we said, well, it doesn't have to be the kicker. It's the whole shebang. So having said that, I'm going to let the camera roll. I need to let me pause it real quick. Hold up. I'll turn up the volume on that. Okay. Now we can go. Pay attention to the holder.
Making me relive this. And look, and I was sitting there.
Look at it. Look at the holder. This is the operation.
God, Tress Way. Horrible.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. Crawford had a career game.
Yeah, he did.
Right to him. Hey, man, turn it off, man. I don't want to see it anymore.
Turn it off. So, two things. I won't make you watch the whole the return. You'll do the return. Go ahead.
2 things, right? One is what you didn't show is the kick before that, the field goal before that. It was a botch snap on that one too. They just happened to get it off, and it was a bad kick. The operation was bad on that one too, but they happened to make it because they had maybe a half a second longer to get the kickoff, but they made that one. And when I saw that, I was like, God, dog, Trevis was right. I'm gonna have to go back and talk to them about this mess because you called it. And then when I saw Tressway fumble that ball, I was like, that's blocked right there.
Yeah.
But see what like I said, the straw that broke the camel's back was how far Skandrick ran it back. And the second thing, Tress Way threw an illegal low block.
Yeah.
They gave him even better field position. It's
Right.
like, go ahead and just give it. Instead of putting it, you might as well just give him the score so that way we can regroup. You know what I'm saying? And because we're going to need that time.
Yeah.
You know, because you might as well just give it to him. That's what you're doing. I mean,
yep. I was happy about it.
He probably had the worst game of his life.
He did, but on that particular play, I mean, bad snap, bad hold, block kick, you know, it's the entire operation. And I think that goes, it's a very underrated part of the game, man. The long snap and the hold and all of that. Like for those guys to get that right every time, hell, that's one of the most infamous plays in Romo's entire career. And he's a quarterback, you know. His worst play of his life was as a damn holder for a kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was enjoyable to see for me because I was just shocked to see Skandrick like do anything. So like he's the best non-playmakingest person I've ever seen. Like that cat he makes no plays, but he's a hell of a cornerback. Though he's good, but he doesn't get interceptions ever. He doesn't pick up fumbles and do anything ever. You know, it's just real frustrating watching them. But yeah, the game was close, man. The game was close until that happened, and that's what really took the wind out of your sails. That broke y'all back, sort of. So it was a scrap, man. It was a scrap, well, as it always is. But y'all fought, man. Y'all played well to have as many injuries as you had. Y'all definitely showed up because Dallas kicked a lot of damn field goals. I think we kicked like 4 field goals. Yeah. And
there was quite a few. I just, you know, I knew that Hopkins had been hurt. You know, he was hurt and that Nick Rose was coming in to kick. I knew all of that. It's just I didn't know he was gonna be that damn bad. I mean, it was bad. It was bad. I mean, like you said, the bright spots. There were some bright spots. I mean, Crowder went for 123 yards, 9 receptions for 123 yards. I mean, they tried to get Thompson into the game, but at that point, they were forced to throw the ball a lot more. So
right.
I mean, he had, you know, 76 yards receiving.
I definitely didn't commit to the run this game for sure.
Nah, and part of that was because Rob Kelly got hurt. He hurt his ankle, and earlier in the game,
he got hurt.
So they didn't run the ball with him as much.
Goodness.
I told you his days is numbered, man. I'm telling you.
But what's the name is still hurt though. What's that boy name? Perino Supreme. What's that boy's name?
Oh, Samaje P. Ryan.
P. Ryan.
Yeah, Samaje P. Ryan. Yeah, he's still hurt.
Sheesh.
It's injuries. Y'all saw I sent out in our chat. I sent out the injury report for the Redskins. There's 21 people on the list. I mean, 21 from 53. Good God Almighty, man.
That's a lot, man.
That's a lot. So you're right. But here's the thing, man. There's no excuse. You field a team. You put a team on the field. You expect them to play, and you expect them to compete, and you expect them to try to go for a win.
Yeah, I know.
And they just didn't have it. They just
sometimes, man. Like sometimes, like that's a lot. What is that? 4/5 of your line? What did you say? You had 4 injuries on? Sheesh.
4 injuries.
Yeah, come on, man. Nobody.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do much with that. But I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm still highly disappointed in our receiving core, especially Josh Doxson. There was a 3rd and 7. And Cousins threw the ball probably about, I'd say a good 25 yards to Doxson. He threw it in between the corner and the safety as the safety was coming down on him. And it wasn't a perfect pass, but it was very catchable, went right through Doxson's hands. Now, here's my thing. My thing is this. I know this is his 2nd year. He had a lot of injuries. But, dude, you're in the NFL. It's time for you to start playing NFL-type ball.
Yeah.
No more excuses. You got to make that catch. And I feel like I keep saying this over and over again. about the Redskins receivers, especially Dotson and Pryor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. Somebody's got to step up. Somebody got to step up.
Yeah, they do. And yeah, I don't know. There's a reason that those receivers aren't putting up numbers like that. I don't know what that reason is. I don't know. Maybe Dotson isn't that dude. Maybe Pryor isn't that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe that, yeah.
It might be back to the lab for them in the draft, man. They might be drafting receivers pretty high because that's killing y'all right now. That's killing y'all.
Yeah, this is true. You're right.
Killing y'all. So let's move it on. Let's get into next week's games.
I just skipped the Giants. The Giants
well, they had a bye week. Thankfully, they had a bye week.
But we're not hoping for them to do well.
Man, don't make me start cursing.
Do well at what?
I try to refrain from using foul language on this podcast.
Is nobody else amazed that they didn't make any moves?
No, because they've kind of tanked. They've packed it in. Yeah.
Yep, they packed it in. Nah, and I mean, even if you look at a team like, for example, like the Cleveland Browns, you would have expected them to make a whole bunch of moves.
Well, what was I hearing that they kind of tried to do something and botched the execution of it or something?
These idiots claim that they didn't get the phone call in time and that they sent a letter over to
Lord.
Yeah, man.
Hey.
A bunch of negligence and a bunch of idiocracy and just stupidness. It's stuff that should not be happening to an NFL franchise.
And still nobody got fired.
Nobody
got fired.
I'm with you. Somebody should have got fired.
You know who should be on their knees praying every night, thanking God? Carson Wentz.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yep.
Cleveland gave him to the Eagles. Cleveland gave him to the Eagles.
Cleveland.
Yeah, thanks, Cleveland. Appreciate it.
Yeah. He could be a Cleveland Brown. They let that pick go. They were like, yeah, no, we don't have any faith in these two quarterbacks here. We want to build our team.
Who was it? It was Goff, right? Goff and Wentz?
It was Goff and Wentz, yeah, and they, figured they could do better. I think they used that pick on Myles Garrett.
No, Garrett was the Barnett pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were supposed to get Watson or Winston. Was it Watson?
Yeah, it was Watson or Wentz.
Wait a minute. Garrett was this year. Was Garrett this year?
Yeah, Garrett was this year. Yeah, they were supposed to get Watson this year.
I'm trying to think who Cleveland used with that pick because they went back in the draft. I think that was the move they made. They dropped in the
Yeah, they fell back.
Yeah.
I can't tell you who they got though.
I don't remember what they picked. But it was a dumbass move. Like you have two franchise.
Yo, was it Manziel? Was it Manziel?
No, it wasn't Manziel.
Was it Manziel?
Nah, hell no. Nah, that was about four years ago. But you had two franchise quarterbacks. I mean, Goff was questionable, but I mean, the consensus was out that Wentz was that dude. Like Dallas was going to pick him at 4 had the Eagles not drafted him. He was going to Dallas. Like,
and that's why the Eagles moved up, and they said yeah, this is not going to happen.
Yeah. So for Cleveland, man, some franchises are just perennial idiots. Like every year, just bank on it. Just gonna be stupid. So that's why I said Carson Wentz need to pray every night because that could be him. That's where
that could be mangled right now.
Cleveland is where quarterbacks go to die.
Yo, did you hear that the USC quarterback was like, "Yo, I'm going back to school if Cleveland has the first round pick."
And I don't blame him one bit, son. Sam Darnold. Wow.
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, I'm going back to school if Cleveland has the first round pick."
Man, I don't blame him. I don't blame him one bit, man. Just like I didn't blame Eli at the time for not wanting to go to San Diego because they were horrible.
Yeah, San Diego was trash almost. Ask Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is pissed. He took that deal.
You're right. Yeah.
He been over there trying to go against Brady forever.
In the time, though, they both wanted to switch. Neither one of them wanted to go where they were supposed to go.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true.
It's just Eli really ended up getting the better end of the deal with the 2 rings.
Right.
But neither one of them wanted to go where they were supposed to go.
I don't know how the hell we got onto all that when we were talking about the Giants, but that's how things go this season with the Giants. Even when
that was a time for a miscellaneous conversation.
Right. Yeah. Let's put that segment to good use.
I don't know about y'all, but do y'all know who the Giants are playing? I don't even know.
They play somebody who's going to kick their behind. I'm going to tell you right now.
I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't even write it down. Yeah, I completely forgot about them for this week because they're coming off a bye, right?
Yeah, the Niners. They play the 49ers.
Oh, look at that. They might get one.
Another semi-over game because Garcon is out for the season. He was knocked him out for the season.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In the game.
Ooh. I didn't know that. Obviously, I stopped watching the damn game. I couldn't take it no more. I was like, oh, man, this is bullshit. I'm turning it off. Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, maybe they'll get one. Maybe they're fresh coming out of a bye. They of course managed to suspend another defensive back during the bye week. Like, I don't know what's going on in that organization. Yeah, Janoris Jenkins is suspended now.
I saw that. Yep.
What?
Yeah.
They need Jenkins. If anything, they need Jenkins.
They need anything they can get.
Exactly.
Let's be real. They need everything.
It's a shame. It's a shame, man.
They play the Rams. They don't play the 49ers.
Trevis, what the hell are you looking at with the misinformation? This guy.
They play the Rams.
Got the Niners on mine.
My goodness, Trevis.
The Cardinals play the 49ers. I knew
that. He probably on week 17.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, they play the Rams.
Oh,
I didn't look at the
man. Well, yeah, you didn't look at something.
Well, 11-5 was to my left. 11-12 was to my right. They play the Rams. They're about to get that ass handed to them.
Hey, look, I'm about to say, in that case, they're not going to win because the Rams look good.
Yeah.
The Rams look good on offense.
That's definitely be another.
But let me say, man, when there's a big team that they face, the Giants, for some reason, always show up. But they always show up against these big teams.
Well, they showed up against Broncos, and we've learned that the Broncos are fugazi.
They showed the crack in the armor against the Broncos. Yeah. They may show the crack in the armor against the Rams.
Well, that crack for the Broncos was kind of already opened up, you know. They just.
So you say.
No, it was like Broncos haven't done a damn thing since week 2 when they destroyed my boys. That was their Super Bowl. They haven't done jack since. Nothing.
I'm just saying.
Last week against Kansas City, they played a good game.
Yeah, they played well against KC, but that's one of those conference division rivalry games. But on the whole, I mean, hence Simeon getting put on the bench. That's how badly they're playing.
Boy, y'all called that. Good Lord, y'all called that.
Yep. Called that a few weeks ago.
I said we will not see him after a while. I said, Oswald will be in again.
Yep. A few weeks ago, we called that.
That one time that he got in while Simeon was hurt, and he completed those couple passes, and he got the ball out of his hands, I knew right then and there. I said he'll be in the game. So that. Is he better? No. He's even better, but the thing is he gets the ball out of his hands.
I don't know who better.
But he will throw interceptions.
I'm not a fan of either one of them. I don't know who's better. I just knew
he will throw interceptions. He let the ball go like he did when he was in Houston. He'll throw interceptions.
And Simeon, you just don't know what the hell Simeon be out there doing, man. He's had some
Simeon got hit. Simeon got hit so many times. He was just like, "Look, man, I don't know where to throw the ball anymore."
He almost had that David Carr syndrome, just getting beaten the hell up and just shell shocked, ruined.
Well, look. Since we own the Broncos, let's go ahead and do the Eagles and the Broncos. Since we own
and we just did Giants. We just did Giants Rams. That's all the time we talk about that. Yeah, that's all the time we need to spend on that.
I'm with you.
Holla at me with the Eagles, Broncos, Trevis. Or go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
All right, now.
Maine was about to get into it. Go ahead.
Man, you about to get in there? Go ahead.
Hijack me. God, no, Trevis.
Yeah.
My apologies. I was just ready to go.
Nah, you good. You good. Now go for it, because you probably not gonna like what I got to say anyway. So go.
Look, definitely, it's great for allow me to go first if I ain't gonna like what you got to say.
Nothing makes me happy to hear Maine hating on the Eagles. It's so damn funny, boy. They don't give you an inch.
Right now, the Philadelphia Eagles are first in the NFC East at 7-1.
Why we always gotta go through this?
At our points, we are fourth in the NFL with 29 points a game.
Gosh.
We are sixth in the NFL with 371.8 points a game. Our passing offense is at 242.5, which makes us 11th in the league per game. And our rushing right now, that running back by committee, that who the hell is going to be your running back, and which I interrogated me on in the beginning of the season, is now fifth in the NFL at 129.2 rushing yards. Anywho, like I said before,
still behind the Cowboys. Still behind the Cowboys.
Yo, you know that sign that say NFL?
I'm just saying.
NFL. You know what I'm saying? NFL. You know what that really means? Like they always say, not for long. Okay. So let's get that understanding right there. Not for long is what it means right now. And how the hell is a Redskins fan tell me about a Dallas Cowboys stat? See, that's how I knew y'all motherfuckers.
Because he's looking at the stats.
I'm looking at them. I'm just.
I don't care. So what? You defending them? Like, what is going on here?
You don't need to defend.
Anywho,
he just calling you out.
Philadelphia Eagles
have
the Denver Broncos coming up. I really have nothing to say. The different Broncos will show up with an entirely different offense.
Where's the game?
Show up with an entirely different offense to fit Osweiler, not the offense that fits Simeon. So
where's the game?
The game is in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'll take that to our advantage, the fact that it's in Philadelphia. But also, I will also say, like Manning said, when you're dealing with a different quarterback, you got to know a different quarterback's tendencies.
He's not no tendencies, though. I mean, Osweiler has time in the league. They're not starting fresh.
No, but he has time in the league, but we don't know who's his go-to receiver is. Like when they look at Dak, they can say Dak go-to receiver is Beasley. But if you change teams, and he was sitting on the bench for a while, and he come out of nowhere, we're like, well, who is his go-to receiver? Who is he more likely to throw the ball to? Who is he more likely to go to during a game? You just don't know those things. When you pull a quarterback off the bench, you say, hey, guess what? You're the starter now.
That doesn't pertain to Denver, though. I mean, when you use the Dak analogy, Dak has multiple weapons. Osweiler doesn't have multiple weapons. He has Demaryius Thomas and Sanders.
Okay, you got Thomas and Sanders, but regardless, every quarterback has who they feel comfortable with throwing to. Regardless of how you want to put it.
It's not picking 1 out of 5. It's picking 1 out of 2, Trevis. That's a lot simpler.
I hear what you want to say, and you can say that all you want. You can keep saying it all you want to.
Facts.
Whenever you're a backup quarterback, you have backup receivers that you always throw to. So when he gets into the game, and they're going to have that backup receiver that we know nothing about, we don't give a damn about. You know why? Because Simeon ain't never threw to him. And then out of nowhere, Osweiler gets to the game, and he's looking for this receiver, and we're going to be like, yo, who is this boy that he kept throwing to that ended up getting 100 yards in the game? Because Nobody knows who he's throwing to. That's my worry for this particular
game. If that happens, I'll give you full credit if that happens. I don't see it happening.
Oh, I thought you said you was going to give me money because it will happen.
Hell, I ain't giving you no damn
because it always happens. It always happens with a backup quarterback. He comes in and he throws to who he's familiar with, who he realizes what route they're running and how fast they're running.
I get the logic, but I'm telling you, he's familiar with Demaryius Thomas and Sanders. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh, because he played against y'all?
No,
he played against y'all?
He's not new to this team. He's thrown again. He's played them before. He's used them before.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, he's used them before, but it's totally different when you're playing in a game and you ain't used them in a while.
Oh, man.
Totally different.
Okay, so we will
and that defense and our defense is going to be on top of him. He's going to have to make decisions.
Some receiver to be named apparently is going to have a career day against the Eagles Sunday, Maine. That's what we're hearing right now.
So I just want to, so the record is straight. You said that was your biggest worry.
That was my biggest worry, yes.
Osweiler.
Boy.
Oh, Osweiler, that's your biggest worry of that game?
I'm telling you right now that he's gonna hit a receiver that we're not really looking for. That he's gonna have that cohesive understanding of how to throw the ball to that particular play.
So you're not at all worried.
So, hold up. Check this though.
Lineman that wears number 58.
Look, Von Miller does his thing from game to game, but it all just you talking about defense right now, and I was worried about Osweiler. Like, don't sit there and try to spread over like that. Nobody got time for that shit.
That's the thing though. Hold on. Every time.
But right now I'm talking about Osweiler coming into the game, and then now y'all want to split to something else. Like, come on, man.
Biggest worry.
Your biggest worry.
Right now, that is my biggest worry. That is my biggest worry. Right now, that's my biggest worry. I'm sure the Eagles are going to pick up on Von Miller coming around the outside. I'm sure. That's why they sit there. They sit there and they thinking they're like, yo, Von Miller's going to come around the outside. I'm sure they're going to do what they got to do to get to Von Miller for the outside. I'm telling you, when you talk about worries, the same way I was worried about the San Francisco game, period, as a game, and they didn't show up at that game, I'm telling you right now, when you come in, when you got a backup quarterback, you have to worry about the quarterback that it has that special connection with that third or fourth receiver that you're not really thinking about. You're sitting there worrying about Sanders, you're worrying about everybody else, but you got to worry about that fourth receiver because they've been having more practice with that fourth receiver than anybody else.
Man, look, I can't take no damn.
I know.
I just can't do it.
I mean, as a matter of record, Trevis has just stated he is more concerned about some receiver to be named that he doesn't even know about, as opposed to anything or anybody on Denver's defense.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, so we were talking earlier before we even started the live broadcast. Have you watched Denver's defense play this year? Have you watched them?
Yeah.
I'm telling you like this. I'm not saying that Denver's going to win that game because their offense is just deficient. It's terrible. And it's not going to make it any better by putting Osweiler in that game. That's not going to help. But what I will say is if that defense start coming down on Carson Wentz's head, he is in trouble. That's what I will say. Yeah. And they have the weapons and the ability to do so. That's why when I asked you what your biggest worry is, and you talk about Osweiler and some unnamed receiver, I'm like, that's your biggest worry? I'm not even
telling you right now. I'm telling you right now because the thing is this. Things that hurt you.
Trevis, hold on, man.
The things that hurt you more than anything are things that you don't realize. That's like y'all special teams killed y'all more than anything. I'm just letting you know.
You can try to change the narrative all you want to and talk about the Redskins special team. So be it. But the fact remains is that you're talking about a backup quarterback and an unnamed receiver being the biggest worry. Change the narrative if you want to. But when that defense is coming at y'all this coming week, it might be trouble. And if the defense, I put it like this, if the defense scores a touchdown, if that Denver Broncos defense gets a touchdown on y'all, you will lose that game. I'm just letting you know it was called. I'm telling you.
So your kicking game was called out last week, right?
I'm just telling you.
Which nobody wanted to believe.
Don't change the
That
narrative.
I'm telling you right now what
you every time somebody comes at you with something that you don't like to hear about the Eagles, you start yelling back in the camera and cutting them off every single time.
I haven't said anything. I was trying to explain, and then I kept getting cut off for some odd reason.
I would love to hear what you have to say about this Eagles Broncos game, because we're not gonna hear anything that's relatively remotely that makes any sense. Because Travis is just gonna yell at you if you say anything about the Eagles, unless you say that Carson Wentz is the best quarterback to ever walk the face of the earth. If you don't say that, he's gonna yell at you and he's gonna fuss at you.
I'll be against you on that one too. But all right, no problem.
So at any point, Cash, please do your thing.
Man, listen, I don't even know what to say after listening to all of that. I can't believe what the hell I heard. Some receiver to be named TBD. That's what his nickname is. Receiver TBD is more worrisome than the Broncos defense.
Yeah.
Okay.
You heard
we heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we'll go with.
I tell you like this, Travis, you better hope the Eagles win that game by far. You better hope they win that game, because I don't see the Broncos beating.
Yeah, I don't see the Broncos beating them, but I'm sure as hell not worried about some damn unknown receiver.
But I'm just telling you right now, like, y'all sitting there, y'all like, oh, I'm not worried about it. But the cohesiveness between a backup quarterback and some unknown receiver is more likely than some starting receiver.
I get that.
Travis, let me ask you
he got 1 week. He got 1 week to play with the starting receivers.
Let me ask this question. How many backup quarterbacks have gotten in and had an unnamed receiver come in and ball out? How many times has that happened? Name 3 situations where that happened. Name 3.
I can't name
one. Can't name one.
That should be easy, right?
You're asking. I mean, all of San Francisco's receivers against Washington
is more of a preseason talk. There's a kind of a preseason narrative.
All of San Francisco's receivers against Washington.
And that's a fact.
That's exactly what I'll say. That's why y'all was sitting there having a problem with it, because he was hitting receivers that you was like, what the hell are these dudes?
It was the starting wide receivers in the game, dude.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Red has a decent receiving core. What are you talking about?
He put in more people than just Grosson. It started fucking up when he just kept going to Grosson at the end of the game. That's why y'all won that game.
You're horrible.
Yeah, he all over the place.
You want to say I'm horrible, but go back and watch it. Go back and watch it.
I won't.
Okay, go back and watch it. You're like, no, I won't go back and watch that game. But go back and watch it.
Bullshit ass.
He hit people that you had no idea that it was on the team. You were like, oh, who is this dude? How the hell did he catch the ball? Because backups throw to backups that they practice with.
It's not preseason.
That's not true.
Yeah,
it's not true.
I'm just letting you know, it's not preseason. Who gives a damn if it's preseason?
That's when
But I'm telling you, that's how it goes. Okay.
No, give me 1 second, just to prove you wrong. That I'm gonna tell you why that's not true. Because the starting wide receivers that were in that game are the same wide receivers that you guys played against last week. I'm sitting here looking at the names: Taylor, Selleck, Garcon. These are all the same people that were in the game when Bethel came in the game against the Redskins. It was not a backup receiver in the game catching the ball. The person you're talking about is Taylor, and he has been a starting wide receiver, the number 2, since the start of the season. So what you're saying is completely false, dude. You're coming with these back page stats.
It's going to happen.
I mean, that's not going to happen. I just told you that's not what
I'm telling you it's going to happen.
In order for your theory to make it more concrete, you would have to identify a decent receiver that they have that they're number 3, basically, because Thomas and Sanders are 1 and 2. If I'm trying to help your theory out, and
that number 3 receiver is Anderson, but it's cool.
Anderson, the running back?
He's a running back.
Yeah.
Come on, man, stop it.
That's not what he's saying.
Right.
Number 3. That's what they keep throwing to.
So if I'm trying to help out your theory as it relates to the Cowboys, I would mention Dak being a backup for, before Romo got hurt. And he developed a rapport with Cole Beasley. And last year, Cole Beasley ended up being the Cowboys' leading receiver. That's as far as I'm willing to go with that narrative. But Cole Beasley wasn't some unknown receiver. Cole Beasley was already a beast. Dak just made sure he used him a lot, with the short and intermediate passes. And that's about as much as I'm going to help out your damn theory, because you can't even give me a viable name of who this other receiver might be, unless you're saying Anderson is going to be that guy from running back. So with that, since you have nothing else to say on that, we're going to move on. Man, do you guys have a bye this week?
Nah, we play the Seahawks in Seattle.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. I don't know. What's the game of the week? Is that Skins Seahawks or boys Chiefs game of the week? Yeah. Let's talk about Skins.
Y'all got the game of the week.
Yeah.
Still a lot of injuries, still a lot of mess, and they traveling to the West Coast.
Ooh, to the damn 12th to the 12th man.
The 12th man. That's always a hard stadium to play in, just because it's so loud and aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. One thing that they do have the Redskins have in their favor is that the Seahawks offensive line is bad. It's plagued with injuries, and they're not playing well this season. So if they can get a good defensive pass rush, and their running game has been hurting too, because they've had a lot of injuries in their running game too.
Real quick though, I think they just picked up Dwayne Brown from the Texans.
They did.
So he'll help a little bit. He'll help a little bit.
He'll help some. He will. He'll help some.
Yeah.
But very good quarterback in Russell Wilson. He is elusive.
Mm-hmm.
He can make a lot of throws. And one thing that Russell Wilson doesn't get a lot of credit for, he is a smart quarterback.
Oh yeah.
He's very smart. He makes a lot of the right decisions. And that doesn't bode well for one Redskins defense that's not making a lot of plays right now.
Yeah.
If it turns into a shootout, the Redskins don't have a chance. They just don't. No. They don't have a chance if it turns into a shootout. If it becomes a ground and pound game,
which there's no reason to believe it will be.
That it will.
Neither one of them
are ground and pound teams at this point. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, on any given Sunday, any team has a chance, no doubt about it.
Right.
But with the amount of injuries that the Redskins have, and them not being able to get into a good offensive rhythm, I mean, they're switching out running backs like it ain't nothing. I mean, between P-Ryan, Kelly, Thompson, I mean, they just don't have a lot going in their favor at this moment. I mean, I can scream to the top of the hilltops or the mountaintops to say the receiving core needs to step up, but we've all seen in weeks prior with that. Oh wow, prior, pun. We've seen where that's gone. So, I don't have a whole lot of hope.
Call that too.
I don't have call that too. Yeah. I don't have a whole lot of hope in it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Yeah, I think they're shit. I don't know your lineman situation if you're going to get any of those guys back, but that's a hell of a place to have to go for people who don't start, man. Woo! Not hearing the snap count, and I don't know if Michael Bennett's injured or not, but if his ass is playing and getting off that ball, that I feel for Kirk Cousins, boy.
Yeah,
that
could get ugly having to deal with backup linemen.
Is it true that y'all really tried to trade Kirk Cousins?
I don't
trade
know.
him when?
This period.
When the rumors were coming around before the deadline, they were saying that they were trying to trade Kirk Cousins.
Give me a source. Where'd you hear that?
Everything
in my head.
Because I didn't see Before the trade deadline, I didn't see one headline that said that.
I didn't see it.
Okay, I got you.
One.
Don't worry about it. I
That's
will.
what I'm asking. Where
Yeah, I will prove that it was said. I sent it into the chat saying like, "Yo, what are y'all doing with Kirk Cousins?" I never got any answer on it. But it was said that Kirk Cousins was up on the trading block to be traded, and I gotta remember what team it was that they were saying.
To where?
I don't know. I gotta figure out what team it was, but it was out there that Kirk Cousins was to be traded. And I was like, why would they do that? They're sitting there playing around with him for franchise tags. Like, why would you trade him? But they were putting him out there to be traded.
It sounds like to me you answered the question to me.
That's what I'm saying. I can't because I'm on my phone. I'm on my phone on the podcast.
I would love to look at it. I didn't see that though.
Okay. Nope.
And I could be wrong, but I didn't see it.
I don't check the same sources you guys check, so I don't know. I have my own damn sources. So, yeah, having said that, let's move on to game of the week, Boys Chiefs.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that I don't feel good about this game.
Okay, hold up. Before we move on.
Did you find your source, Travis?
Yes, I did. It says possibly trade involving Kirk Cousins and Tony Romo. Okay? It was so odd about it. Now, this was something that I put in there, and I was like, yo, what are you talking about? Now, this was before San Francisco had ended up with their trade.
Did you say Tony Romo?
I'm telling you, Tony Romo. And it's on there, and this is NBC Sports that I'm looking at right now. And it said possibility of a three-way trade involving Kirk Cousins and Tony Romo. That was my thing. That's why I put it in there. I was like, yo, what the heck are they talking about? You feel what I'm saying? And like, it's always been a rumor that, Tony Romo wanted to come back or whatever, for what have you. But I was just trying to figure out what was that technically about. It was with San Francisco. The trade with San Francisco. I believe Kirk Cousins was supposed to go to San Francisco. Well, Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
And I'll put the link. I will put the link inside the chat room.
Hold up.
You got that off the Onion. What was that site? The Onion.
Don't worry about it. I'll put it in there right now. Everybody will laugh until you see it.
Everybody
will laugh until you see it. Everybody will laugh until you see it.
I'm gonna whoop Trevor's ass, yo. Because if what I'm looking
until you see it, I'm telling you, everybody wants to laugh until you see it.
What I'm looking at, dude, I'm looking at all of this discussion with Romo Cousins trades, right, man?
Yeah.
But there's one small issue. Look at the dates, Trevis.
Yeah.
March 4th, 2017, March 3rd, 2017, March 10th, 2017.
I'm just letting I was asking what was up with it.
February 6th.
I'm just saying, I was asking.
2017.
I was just asking.
Come on, what was up with man. What are you doing?
What was up with it? What do you mean?
How are you finding off-season articles and then posing them as questions to us?
God, I wish I had my drops right now.
Oh my God!
Yeah, you don't have them.
Yeah, you about to get banned, Trevis. I don't know what the hell that was all about.
What he just did is flushed all his credibility down the toilet.
All of it. All of it. Yeah.
I went from predicting it right to predicting it wrong. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, look, my word is my balls sound pretty good.
My word is my balls. My word is my balls.
That sounds good right now.
Oh, damn, son. This dude pulling up March 2017 articles, boy, and asking us, y'all didn't hear about that? I can't believe you didn't hear about that. Let me go find it.
All right, hold on.
Oh, man.
I got another one. November 2nd. November 2nd, 2017. It's saying right now he was supposed to join the San Francisco 49ers. Now I'm about to send this one in there too.
Yeah, everybody thought
telling you, it was to San Francisco.
Everybody.
I'm telling you, the trade was in for him to go to San Francisco. That's what I'm saying.
No, you're misreading that. You're misreading that article. Everybody thought Cousins was. I'm serious. Listen, I'm for real.
I'm listening.
Everybody on the list thought that Kirk Cousins was going to go to San Fran after the season was up. They thought everybody thought that. But when Garoppolo got traded to San Fran, they were mistaken and was like, oh well, where is Kirk Cousins going to do now? Because his potential landing spot or the best place for him to go, everybody felt like was San Fran. I never heard one time that Kirk Cousins was on the trading block with San Fran before week 8. Tuesday at 4:00. This Tuesday at 4:00.
Well, yeah, before week 8. Yeah. I mean, that's when it came up. That's when it came across my Bleacher Report, and I was like, yo, I didn't think they were going to trade him. I thought they were going to try to sign him.
Notice, man, how he left the Romo part out this time.
No, this time it says nothing about Romo.
Yeah, no shit.
I bet it don't.
He cleverly tried to leave that out, but he said, "Oh yeah, this ain't November 2nd." It said shit about Romo this time. Yeah, I'm on your shit, Trevis.
It doesn't say anything about Romo.
I'm sure it doesn't. Romo is sitting comfy cozy. The only team he's been associated with was the Packers once Aaron Rodgers went out. And that shit ain't happening either.
Hey, Trevis, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Where does Alshon Jeffries rank in receiving amongst all receivers in the league?
All receivers? I have no idea. All receivers, but it can't be that high. He's not even higher than our tight end.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
he's waiting down there. Yeah.
Yeah, our tight end has 528. He has 416. I'm sure it's not that high. He only has 28 receptions.
And he's looking for a long-term deal too, right?
Yeah, because he only on a 1-year contract.
I'm gonna tell you right now, though, he's gonna poly on the fact that the whole team is getting receptions and that.
Nobody want to hear that shit.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Aguilar right now has 27 receptions. That's 27 more than I thought they would throw to him.
I'm asking you. Would you give him a long-term deal for big money?
Not unless he took very little money.
Yeah, he's not gonna do that, right?
You're asking me, do I think that Alshon Jeffrey will not be a part of the Eagles next year?
No, that's not what I asked. No, that's not.
I feel like Alshon Jeffrey either will take a lot less money, huh?
No, I
wouldn't give him a long-term deal. Okay. Not at 27 million or something like that. No, I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
I mean, the way I see him run his routes, and the way I see him give up on plays, I wouldn't give him the money. Personally,
I mean, I'll just say this, and this is no diss to Dez Bryant, but Dez Bryant has more receptions, less yards, at 100 receiving yard game in 13 games.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still higher. He's still higher than Alshon Jeffries.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna put a feather in my cap and say I called that one too, buddy. I'm just saying. Just saying.
He has been on that Alshon Jeffrey helmet ever since. You know
what I'm gonna say? And I called your receiver too. Okay. Call how you want to.
About right at this point.
I called your receiver too. Like, don't get it twisted. I mean, I never said that my receiver was gonna do big things. I mean, he's looking for that cohesiveness for Wentz right now. Hopefully, in the next 8 games, they can get that. Rodgers.
He's looking like a real beagle right now. He's looking like a beagle.
Yeah,
a bear and an eagle, baby.
A bear and an eagle.
That's all I'm saying.
You haven't watched the bear off of him yet, Trevis?
Okay. You know what I'll say? And I'll give this to all my eagle maniacs out there. He's a bear and an eagle. But guess what's taking over? The eagle. You know why? Because we're 7-1.
Is he going through the process right now? He's going through it.
Damn right. You see him changing. That's why. His metamorphosis is happening because he's 7-1. No, you look at the bull. I don't even remember his name. Oh, Prayer. That's what his name is. Prayer or something that used to be. That's on y'all team. Y'all should have took Gordon ass. Y'all should have waited for his ass to get out of suspension.
They probably
took his ass.
Get him if they want him.
It's messed up.
Y'all should have took him. It'd have been better to take his ass.
For the record,
that bull player dropped a pass in his hands that hit on his fucking shoulder. I was like, what the hell was that? Yo, you should have started talking about it. You brought me close.
I'm about to say something real. I hope that Gordon comes back in league and does very well, and I hope he gets his life together and turns it around. I'm rooting for the young man.
Amen to that.
That's what I want to say. That's
Absolutely.
what I'm.
And then what's going to happen? What's going to happen is y'all going to trade Pryor back to him and take Gordon. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, God. Here we go. Boy, your ignorance is on a level 10 tonight. I'm trying to tell you. You're over the top.
Like, no.
It's in rare form tonight, boy.
Good God Almighty.
It was like, you know. It was like, you know.
Wow. Man, can we move on, man?
I also want to let you know.
Please.
I also want to let you know.
Why you always got to get so close to the camera?
Yo, look out for Alshon Jeffrey, yo. Alshon Jeffrey about to show us behind lately. I just want to let you know.
Okay.
They starting to double. They starting to double Ertz. He about to get off. They starting to double Ertz. He about to get off. They putting a safety over Ertz. He about to get off. I just want to let you know.
They were doubling Alshon.
No, I said he draws a double, but they start to double Ertz. That's the reason why he's starting to get that single coverage running up the field. If you noticed it, I just want to know. You said not what?
It's not what you said last week.
Nope.
It's not what you said.
San Fran, this is what San Fran did. And San Fran ended up putting a safety over Ertz. And then he was single coverage right up the field. Wentz noticed it. He started to throw more passes to Jeffrey. I think when you move forward, and plus with our newly found running game, you will see a lot of safeties start to move up. That's a problem. Alshon Jeffrey will be all alone on that outside running deep downfield. And he'll be able to go up and get the ball, even though I haven't seen him go up to get the ball. But I'm just predicting.
Boy,
and that was the segment of what Trevis would like to see, and that he hopes.
I'm just saying, this mofo has not jumped up in the air yet. Like he just go, ugh. I was like, yo, jump in the air, go get the ball. Like, what's wrong with you?
Screaming Trey.
Screaming Trey. Yes, that's what he does. You hearing the words that are coming out of my mouth.
Hey man, can I get some game show music? Can I get some game music?
Hell yes, you can. Jeez,
we're gonna run through it quick. Because I gotta go. I gotta get some rest.
I know, right? Fooling around. It's game time, ladies and gentlemen. What you got for us? Maine is bringing the game to us once again for the second week in a row. Let's hear what you have, Maine.
Ladies and gentlemen, please tune in to Buy It or Sell It.
Buy it or sell it, ladies and gentlemen.
Buy it or sell it.
Buy it or sell it. Who's buying, who's selling, and who don't want it?
And the first question goes to the one and only Trevis Willingham.
I knew it. I said, yo, let me sit here. Listen, I knew it. Let's go. Let's go.
So, Mr. Willingham, are you buying and selling that the one and only Alshon Jeffrey will have over 1,000 yards receiving for the season?
I got Penny Lenny. I got them hot cakes over here for you, baby. What you got? What you get? Who buying? Okay.
You ready? Bold prediction. Currently, Alshon Jeffrey has only 28 receptions with 416 yards. Yes. Alshon Jeffrey will have over 1,000 yards this season. Because, again, like I said before, what are you more afraid of? Zach Ertz. So Wentz is going to have to find a new friend. It'll be Alshon Jeffrey.
So he's on pace right now for 832 yards. And you're saying he's going to exceed that pace by roughly 170 some odd yards.
He'll have a big game coming up. He'll have a real big game coming up against a mediocre defense that's not really ready for it. He'll have a big game coming up. It'll probably be Dallas.
Scott, shots fired.
That's actually a decent, I keeps it gully. I keeps it real, That secondary of mine is nothing to write home about until they show me.
And he plays them twice. He plays them twice.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you gotta get that real understanding. Like somebody's gonna have to dump with them. They're gonna have to really make that happen.
Trevis is on record for,
and then they also play the Giants. They also play the Giants again, and they're gonna be like trying to stop Ertz, and they're gonna forget about Jeffrey.
We shall see.
So I'm taking that as a buying. You're buying.
He's buying it. He just bought it, hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, you gotta bring the cash out, baby.
Give us all. We want all your money, all of it.
I'll make it happen, Captain. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he bought it.
All right,
bold prediction.
Yeah. Okay.
No, this is gonna get him his money too. Just to let you know.
Oh,
1,000 yards gets him money.
He does have that incentive.
He will actually have an argument at that point.
Right.
No doubt. So I mean, I feel you.
1,000 yards gets him his money, and then he'll sit there and he'll scream, "Oh well, we had a great team, and I didn't whine and cry in public." What T.O. didn't do. He'll say, "I didn't whine and cry in public. Can you just give me my money?"
Gonna get on that subject. I'm gonna go to something else because we have different opinions on that. I can tell you right now. It's the reason the Eagles ain't made it back to the Super Bowl, and one reason is because they didn't give that boy that money.
Karma is bad.
Get that boy some more money. Anyway,
all the way back to 2004.
Get that boy back. Get that boy some more money.
Pay the man.
To the Super Bowl. Pay that man some more money.
Pay that man some more money.
Yeah.
Retroactively,
right.
If you want to get that karma back, you
right.
go retroactively and get that money.
Push come to shove, they should have gave him the money. They should have put a clause in his contract that he couldn't say specific things out in public, but they didn't.
There's a clause in his contract that you can't shit on our franchise quarterback in public.
Exactly. Like, you can't shit on your own teammates in public. Like, it should have been a clause in his fucking contract. That's what I just did. Fuck that. Winning would have been more important to me, but I don't know. Them dudes.
I'm with you. Hey, we agree on that. All right, Cash.
What up?
Are you buying and selling that, or buying or selling if one Zeke Elliott serves his 6-game suspension this year?
Mm-hmm.
Are you buying or selling the Cowboys will make the playoffs either way?
Man, that's tough. I'm not ready to say they're not making the playoffs, so I'm gonna have to buy it. But knowing, I guess talk about it now. But I'm not bothered by. We get to go running back by committee now. We have 3 horses at running back right now. So I don't think that's the Cowboys' problem. Their problem is that damn defense. That I can't get over that. I can't pretend I don't see what I see, man. It's bad. And it's in the secondary. We got the frustrating thing is, how we always talk about, is it the pass rush or the D-line, or is it the secondary who's covering guys? And we see it obviously now. We have a decent pass rush. We have David Irving, Marcus Lawrence. They are balling out. But these Bamas in the secondary can't cover long. They can't cover for 2 seconds. You can't get sacks that way. So until they start holding up on the back end, it's a problem, man. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't see how the hell we gonna cover the Chiefs. I don't see that.
Y'all got the Chiefs this weekend, but everybody else besides the Eagles after that, y'all pretty much good money. Like y'all lost Zeke Elliott at the right time.
No, we got a wicked
Atlanta Falcons
schedule coming up. No, dude, that's a
no.
wicked.
Y'all got the Atlanta Falcons. Y'all got us. That might be a problem for y'all. Y'all got the Chargers. Then y'all got the Redskins again, who's gonna be pissed because y'all beat them the first time. Then y'all got the Giants. I mean,
there are no easy.
I'm looking at they're gonna be tough, but they're gonna be tough. Oh, y'all got Seattle Raiders, Seattle. Oh
yeah,
okay,
exactly.
Raiders, Seattle, Eagles. But that last Eagles game, I think we have our second team, man.
This is a tough.
Well, no, we already got our second team, man. Hold on, we already got our second team, man. Never mind.
Dude, this is gonna be a tough 6-game stretch, man. And oddly enough, it has nothing to do with Zeke. I don't think. I think they'll be fine with running back committee. I'm actually looking for running back by committee. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, like you said, y'all have Morris, McFadden, who else? Johnson
and Rod Smith, Jalen Smith's brother. Yeah. Right. And he is good. I actually know the backup running back and quarterback are always the most popular guy on the damn team, but I really want to see Rod Smith get some burn because he looks good.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all will have Zeke back for the last 3 games of the season, which are the Raiders, the Seahawks, and the Eagles. Go for it.
It's the Seahawks, the Eagles, and who else?
The Raiders, the Seahawks, and the Eagles.
Okay.
I'm hoping that last game against the Eagles mean nothing.
I know you are. I know you are. Why wouldn't you hope that?
I mean, I can tell you right now, if it doesn't, that means the Eagles crashed and burned real bad.
No, that means the Eagles are already in the playoffs and they set their entire offense.
No, what I'm saying is it doesn't. If they got their starters in, what I'm saying is I understand where you're coming from by saying that they've already, solidified things and that they're really saving their starters that way they can be fresh for the playoffs. What I'm saying is if they got their starters in the game and they have to play that game to win it big time, and it probably would start about this week. That's kind of what it boils down to. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's from your perspective. From my perspective, I'm saying we're, well beyond the beyond. And I'm saying that we win this week, which is, making us 8-1. And then we got a bye next week. And we'll be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-1. And then that means that when we came to play Dallas, he just kept Wentz, he kept Kelsey, he kept the offensive line out of the game, put the backups in after the first series. That kind of the way that the Dallas Cowboys did last year, where they just, after the first series, they was like, look, get out the game. We're just going to play our backups for the rest of the game. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for 14-1, and we're pretty much good. We're like good money. Hold on. When I said 14-1, I'm in.
Yes, you did, buddy.
God, no, boy, you off on dates and counting. Yeah, I'm
in 15-1. I'm tripping. I just put 2 to the game. I was like, hold, it's a 16-game season. I'm tripping. 15-1.
You still tripping.
No, I was right. No. I was right. 14-1. We would lose that game because we kept all our starters out of the game against the Cowboys. That would make us 14-2. That's a 16-game season. I was right. Get me twisted.
You try to cover it up all you want. You calculated that math wrong. No, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man, I calculated Jack Dilley wrong. I calculated Jack Dilley wrong.
I ain't even come up with a buy it seller question for the Giants. There's no point.
Yeah, and I was trying to think of one for the Skins, and I could not come up with one. I'm kind of pissed about that. What the hell?
Yeah, I bet you can't. They're playing so bad right now.
Sheesh, I know. Like shit, we can't talk about the receivers. We can't talk about the offense. I don't know what to talk about.
Then we're gonna slide back over to the Eagles. The Eagles' schedule is the toughest schedule coming out the bottom.
I'm not talking about the Eagles no more tonight. I just can't do it.
Hey, Trevis, y'all have like the number.
Yo, vicious.
Trevis, you have like the number I forget what is it like number 3 easiest schedule in the damn NFC.
How? That means you're saying that both of your teams are easy because we play the Cowboys twice. We play the Cowboys twice. We play the Giants.
Trevis, you're not gonna be able to hear what he's saying if you cut him off every time somebody comes halfway through a question. It's like you're disputing a question and you're not even hearing the whole thing.
Every week.
You're not even hearing it, dude. What the question he just asked is the same thing they've been saying on every news network since week 7.
I don't care what they talk about. It don't matter. So what?
So they're all wrong, and you're the only one that's right.
They are wrong because those teams that we play are better than what they're saying.
You're not.
We play Seattle. We play the Rams. We play the Cowboys twice, and we play the Raiders. So you tell me right now, those are just magically bum teams?
In comparison to the other teams in the NFL,
oh my God!
Your schedule.
You kidding me?
But because Trevis says just the hardest schedule coming out of the bio, any team in the NFL, it has to be true.
So hold on, but you're telling me right now that the Dallas Cowboys schedule is stronger than our schedule?
It's tougher.
Yes.
If you look at the
team, I just told you who they play.
Trevis.
They play the same exact who we play.
We have the first ranked schedule. We won the division last year. And yeah, I know situations change, teams change. But that stat came out that the rest of the way, the Eagles have the easier.
Hold up. Y'all play the Falcons next. We see it's trash. We play the Chargers. Y'all have the Chargers on your list still. Trash. Y'all have the Redskins. Trash. Then y'all play the Giants.
Trash. Trevis, are the Chargers trash?
Trash.
The Falcons are trash?
Yeah, he's trash.
He's tripping, man.
Whew. Man.
This guy.
My God. So y'all telling me the Chargers are greater than the Seahawks and the Rams?
Boy. You
gotta be kidding me. In Dallas, y'all play the Seahawks and y'all play the Raiders.
You suck.
I know who we play. We're talking about you.
On that real
hard. It's perfectly fine. I don't have anything.
Travis, all we're saying is you need to stop making up shit. Like
the weakest team that we have to go up against is the Giants, and the second weakest team is the Chicago Bears. But beyond that, I think everybody else is a formidable opponent, which is the Rams, the Seahawks, and then we got the Cowboys and the Raiders. I think coming into the end of the season, we have a very strong.
If you're saying the Falcons is trash, you got to say the Raiders trash, right?
Yep.
If you're saying the Falcons trash, the Raiders trash. Right? I'm asking a question
because they just can't get right. That's their own problem.
Answer that man question.
That's their own.
And neither can the Raiders.
Own problem.
Neither can the Raiders. So basically, what you're saying is, if the Falcons are trash, the Raiders got to be trash. Yeah. Crickets, like I thought. Buy it or sell it.
Nothing to say. It's getting late.
Washington Redskins.
It's getting late out here. I have nothing to say.
Buy and sell it. Am I buying or selling that Kirk Cousins will be the starting quarterback for the Washington Redskins next year? That's my buy and sell it.
For next year.
For next year. No, I'm not talking about if he's gonna get traded for Romo.
Unless Tony Romo come off that hot stat.
Oh God, Travis's old ass fake news.
I'm just letting you know. They thinking about it.
He's in a three-way trade with Romo and Sam Fran and whoever.
Right.
I don't know.
In March.
Okay.
I will little
say, slip up, and everybody on it. I got you.
That one slip up.
Yeah, just one, huh?
just like the Redskins didn't play against any of the starting wide receivers for the San Francisco 49ers.
Right.
No, they didn't play against any of them. But anyway, I am buying that he will be the starting quarterback.
Well, he's Gruden's guy.
Yes, that's one point. The other point is look at the other teams that are looking for quarterbacks and the situation he will be in. He ain't gonna want to do that. He's too much of he's too far along in his process as a quarterback to go to a Cleveland Browns team. Why would he do that? Money?
No, the money ain't worth it. Right.
He just got over $40 million from the Redskins. The money ain't the problem. And this dude, like I stated earlier on, this dude already drives a conversion van to work every day. He don't care nothing about no money. That's not his problem.
Oh, so man.
I think if you look at it as a whole, I think once he analyzes his options and his situation, he's going to look at the Redskins. They're going to make him an offer. It may not be as much as some of the other teams may give him, but it will be a good amount because that's one thing I can say about the Redskins. They ain't never been afraid to spend money on nobody.
Yeah,
actually,
Snyder.
They probably spend money on people they probably shouldn't more often than not.
Albert Hainsworth.
What? The list is long. Sean Alexander, Deion Sanders, Bruce Smith. I mean, the list is endless.
Jeez, yeah.
A ton of them. Which one thing I can say about them, they actually have gotten away from that a little bit in these last few years. They've gotten away
because they hired a GM.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. It was Bruce Allen first. Now it's Doug Williams. So they're actually better at it now. But I'm buying that Kirk Cousins will be the 5-year contract. Let's say I'll say at least 2-year contract. At least 2-year contract. Buying.
Okay. Buying. That's going to be interesting to see that one play out. I tend to agree with you because you don't just throw franchise quarterbacks away. Don't do it. I'm not sure. I'm not a big college football guy, so I don't know the big names other than Sam Darnold. I don't know what the deal is with McSorley for Penn State, but I don't know. I don't know if they're worth taking that chance on letting Kirk Cousins go and picking up one of them because that's a signal to your team that you're starting over.
Right.
So, I don't know. Yeah, I tend to agree with you. So let's get these predictions in and get off of this podcast because I'm sleepy.
Yeah.
It's 10:30.
Yeah.
So Eagles, Broncos. Willingham, what you got?
When it comes up to the Eagles and the Broncos, it's always a blowout. So anyway you want to put it, I looked at the history of the stats. The last game we took an L 52-20. I
enjoyed that game so
49-21.
I remember that game.
Yeah, that was a fun game.
Eagles win this game 49-21. It was a fun game to watch. Freaking humans.
It sounds to me like he just said whoever this unnamed receiver is that he's so worried about, he's not actually worried about him.
I'm worried about him if they forget that he has, camaraderie with backup receivers.
Did you say 49-21?
That's what he said.
That's what I just said, man.
Shit.
That's what he said.
Remember, the Eagles average.
Their average is 29.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
They gonna score 20 more points than they average. 20 more?
Damn right, because they gonna show up. And the Broncos have more to worry about right now than anything.
How much did they put up against San Fran? 33?
In a horrible game, they put up 33.
In
a game where I told you the offense didn't show up 33. With a pick six.
Yeah. Yeah, let's not forget about that. Couple of pass interferences that take the ball down to the 1 yard line. It's not
a horrible game, but they did not do well. They know they didn't do well.
Yeah. Seeing a little
bit like they didn't even want to play that game. They like they didn't want to play the game.
A little smoke.
You think they're gonna put up
that offense?
You think they're gonna put up 20 more points than their average against a good defense?
Yeah. I mean, I ain't calling them good, but you calling them good.
Oh, the Broncos don't got it? Okay.
Wow.
All right.
I got nothing.
Actually, you know what? I want to say that for last. I'll do Redskins Seahawks.
Okay.
Are we even gonna do the Giants and the Rams? Are we gonna do them?
We can do it. We can do it.
Okay.
We can do it just for shits and giggles. Maybe Doomis will join us again one day. You know.
Redskins Seahawks. I got 21-28 Seahawks.
Wow. That's very big of you, man.
Hey, look, man. That offensive line is beat up, dude. I don't see them. I don't know.
Yeah. No. It's realistic. It sure is. Giants Rams 30-7. Rams.
That is hilarious. I love it. What you got, Trevis? Giants Rams.
Giants Rams. I have. Let me think about this. Giants. They're probably going to score. They're coming off. I got 24-7. Rams.
Yeah, I ain't got to ask. I already know. I ain't got to ask which team. I know.
I'm not gonna go high on points because the Rams gonna actually show up, but I just don't think the Giants have it in them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 17-24 Rams. I think it's gonna be closer than it seems.
Wow.
And I'm only giving the Giants a little bit of credit only because they're coming off a bye and they might have some new energy.
But that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that also.
You'd like to believe.
That's all I got.
That's about all you can give them.
And Cowboys Chiefs, game of the week. Cowboys Chiefs. What you got?
Lord, it be. Do I have to? I say, do I have to, man? Shit. I said I would never pick against them, man, but I'm lying because I'm about to do it. I'm about to do it. You know how they do those, like when it's like political season and election season, and how you go to CNN and they'll be like, yeah, they can't win. There's the path to victory, and you got to win Ohio, Pennsylvania, and all these different states if they go to win. I don't see any path to victory for the Cowboys and Chiefs. I don't. I'm hoping that we come back here next Thursday and I can eat my own crow and say I was dead wrong. But I'm saying 35 Chiefs, Cowboys 31. I'll make it a little close, somewhat of a shootout. I just don't see how we can stop them. Don't see it.
I feel you. I think the hardest part is going to be stopping Kelsey. That he's hard to cover, man.
Dude, Kelsey. What's that? Both of those Hunt boys.
Yeah, Hill and Hunt,
man. Yeah,
Hill and Kareem Hunt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's Hill and Hunt. Why I think they had two Hunts? I swear I feel like they had two Hunts on the team.
Hill and Hunt.
Yeah, I don't see it, man. And it might be even worse than that. I'm just trying to be generous to my boys. I'm concerned, to say the least. I might have to fry some fish and have some comfort food Sunday.
I feel you, man.
That might be the route I go.
Hey, look, to close it out, I'm hoping that on Sunday I'm actually happy like I'm supposed to be after this Spartan race. I'm going to do this Spartan Beast. It's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna get through it.
Yeah.
14 miles, 30 plus obstacles. I'm gonna make it happen.
Lord. Hey, Trevis, this boy, this is what he does, man. Maine's a borderline mutant.
Yo, I wanna get in on that, man. A lot of you not, man. Sign me up.
Hey,
they have them here.
Oh yeah, they have them all over the place.
They're all over the country.
The next sprint up that
I'm ready to go. I'll do anything like that. I'll do it. No problem.
I'm not doing any more supers or beasts. It's sprints from here on out.
Yeah.
Because That's it. This super that I did last month was 8 miles, 25 plus obstacles. This joint, 14 miles, 30 plus obstacles. I'm not doing that no more.
Golly, man.
The training alone will break you down. I mean,
yeah. Sign me up for the baby steps, man. I can't.
Yeah. The sprint is 5 miles.
Yeah, no. And I'm not a distance runner. Like, I'm good with the obstacles. I'll tough all of that out, but you start talking about my shin splints, man, running them long distances. That's when I tap out. I tap out.
So here's the thing, man. I'll be glad that I can make it to the couch to watch some good football on Sunday.
Hey, listen, if your boys are getting massacred, you probably won't even care because you're gonna be in so much other pain and tired and probably have a good beer and just pass the hell out.
What?
That's how I would do it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Good luck, man. My goodness.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
One way or another.
Yeah, you will. You always do. Yeah, always do. What you got, Trevis? You good?
I'm good, man.
All right. Well, let's get the hell on.
We made him quiet. We don't make him quiet.
Oh, yeah. Shut him up.
Hilarious.
Fellas, it has been awesome. I have enjoyed. Oh, buddy. It's been awesome.
All right, y'all.
Boy, I tell you.
There we go. Signing off.